Right, hello, welcome everyone back to HOR and back to Tier 2 where we're in round 9 of the season, round 8 I should say. So 3 rounds left including this one. So well on the way to the end of the season. And we've already got cars on track, 18 currently. I think we might have a couple more potentially hopping in. But yeah, we've got a qualifying session ahead of us. A relief for many to be back in dry conditions. Obviously Bahrain basically a guarantee, so that'd be a relief for many. But we've got Cruisen currently sat in provisional pole. He's currently took a seat as well up in tier 1, so we'll see what he can do as well across both tiers. We've obviously got a big championship fight taking place as well after Jono got his first win of the season last week, and it was his first win in just under a year. I think it was just over a year, so long time coming for Jono down in tier 2, and that's really closens up the championship fight. Hugo still leads the way though. He's on 101 points, sat 14 points ahead of Aiden. Jono though right behind that as well. He's on 73 points, so 28 off the top, with Finn closely followed, 29 points off the top he is. And then in terms of the constructors, we've had a big switch up after Aston Martin dominated the Mexican Grand Prix in wet conditions, so they're now 3 points up ahead of Mercedes after Aston Martin scored 45 points last week. So they're on 160 points, Mercedes on 153, 157, and there's a bit of a gap down to V-Carb, have fallen off in recent weeks. So I imagine in the last 3 races it's just going to be between Aston and so all drivers here today as well. So we'll have a little see across those 4 how things are looking.
I think since last week as well, didn't Aaron Panda take a full-time seat? Isn't it last week he was only reserve?
He did, yeah. So LTR Phoenix has lost his full-time seat, and in replacement for him, yeah, we've got Aaron Panda in, who had a good first race in Mexico, put at P4 even with a disconnect as well. So who knows if he could have challenged for the podium. So yeah, he's got a full-time seat as Jamaican Jam actually puts that up to P4 just as well involved with him as well. Still plenty of people without times. Another time just flew across there. I think that was Jono going up to P5 with a 28.5, just behind Jamaican Jam by 3 milliseconds as well. Finn coming into the pits. But here is our championship leader though, Hugo's first time on the board. Where can he put it? Puts it P4s. A couple of people on the 28.5. We've got 4 drivers already within that 10th. So currently looking very close as Cruisen now leads the way. And goes even quicker actually then with the 27.6.
I was going to say, that other second run as well on the same time.
If that's the case, then very impressive. Yeah, it's showing low on fuel already, so very good time for Cruisen there. Putting 4 tenths between, like I said, just took a first time a tier 1 seat as well as this, so he's racing across 2 tiers. So he's putting down a statement already there, showing that he has got the pace of tier 1 drivers. Yet to actually race in tier 1 though, so it would be interesting to see how he gets on later on this evening. Obviously tier 1 will be following this. Who have we got next on the lap? There's someone towards the bottom. Jatin is in the chat as well. Hello Jatin.
K1's mad at his lap as well already. He's on board with his other one and he backs out of that. That's why he's so far off pace. We're not going to do that anymore. Probably approaching towards the halfway point of this colour session, probably not quite that far yet.
Yeah. Yeah, 37.4 obviously, yeah. not his real pace. So we'll have to see where K1 slots into. Worth noting as well, if people are interested, a couple of name changes as well. Matic has added his surname on, and then the Alpine Seaman Gabala was Alabuk, so not brand new drivers, just a quick reskin on the name front. Dalton currently sat in the P10 and P10 as well. Top 10 start potentially on the cusp of Dalton. You love to see it. Jatin though, I think Jatin is on a lap. He's still got a lot of ERS if that is the case. Yeah.
I was keeping an eye on that as well, and I think he must have backed off.
Yeah. He's got the fuel to go again, so I imagine this is the start of a new lap for Jatin coming around the corner now.
Well, I wonder if he's going to pit, because he's still slowly letting his ERS tick down.
Must be, yeah. I mean, we'll wait and see. No, I
No,
mean
he's going to set the time. We'll see what it is. I suppose the green bar is most of the way down, so he's either reasonable amount still. But yeah, I mean it's only 11th, and he stopped sort of. Well, I mean he's lifted off massively when crossing the line, so he must have still been setting the lap. Just isn't easing
very
out.
odd. Yeah, bit strange there, but have a flick through the order and see where everyone else is. We've got Slick on a current time. Sat 19th at the moment as well. So yet to put a time on the board. He's 6.6 as he comes across the middle sector line. So we'll watch him down to the final corner to see what Slick can do. 4 drivers yet without a time, so we'll keep an eye on them to make sure a time does come from the 4 there.
Six, of course, one of them, so he's about to put the time on by it.
Yeah, here he goes there. Although it's a P3, another man in the 0.5, so seems to be
down from second to third.
Yeah, I mean the top 2 just you've got Crusoe clear of Aiden, and then Aiden clear of a handful of drivers there, tucked up in that very close pack there.
Theodore's approaching the final corner as well, so he'll be the next man. I think can't remember having him prior to this.
No, first race for Theodore, so we'll see where he slots in. His first time here in HOL. Puts it P10, so solid effort for him. Just above his teammate for the day in Matt. So not too shabby at all. Finn as well looks to finally get a time on the board as well. Here he comes then to the line. Aretha Sky still in the pits, his teammate. What can the other V-Carb do though? Finn puts it all the way up into P3. Breaches that gap to some degree as well. Goes into a 0.3, but still 3/10 off the car up ahead of him. But
it's 7 up to Aiden as well. And he's cut into the gap by a couple more tenths, but still cruising, keeping provisional pole.
Massively clear the front 2, aren't they really? Cruising on a point, just into a 0.6, and then Aiden on the 0.7, and it's back to a 28.3 for Finn. So bit of a chasm forming there, as I think that was. Yeah, Alabuk Simon Cavallo, who's just gone up to P8 there as well with 28.5. Would you believe it? I think
Hugo's in bad date, and he was a tenth and a bit up on his lap.
John is just about to start a run as well, so we'll keep tabs with that. And Matt, I think Matt just crossed the line as well to go up to P11, just leapfrogging his teammate again. Aaron Panda, I don't know if he's going to be on a lap here, whether he's coming into the pits showing low on fuel. Yeah, I think he's going to be finishing a time here. Where can the brand new full-time driver put it? Puts it up into P10 with a 28.7, so just above Hugh Williams and Chesney. Got a Kick Sauber as well coming down the back straight. I think that's Jatin coming back into the pits. So no time coming for that man. Still waiting for a Ruthless guy to come out and set a time. Only man without a time currently. Well, K1 as well technically, as he's not got a representative time. He's currently on a time. Do you know what, we'll go on board with K1 actually. We'll watch him round and see what the Red Bull man can do as he finishes his stint in Sector 1, and he's 3.9 seconds up, so it's promising to know he's he has got some more best.
Really very close. One curve.
Testing the limits considering he hasn't got a lap, but we'll see how he fares down at the tricky turn 10, gets it turned in nicely. No real difficulties on exit as well, very tame.
Yeah, I was going to say, both those corners out of third then, so they're not sort of a gear too high really.
Got a bit bogged down at the apex there as well, but here he comes up to the Sector 2 line. How much time has he got in the bank? 7.7 seconds, so it's at least going to put him in the mix to some degree. Just needs to find a bit more time, I think.
Because his battery's already basically ran out.
Oh, so it is.
Yeah, so now it's the rest of that, he's out of battery, so he's going to hold strength time up the line. Obviously, he's in natural gear and natural strength, but I really can't see it pushing him up that hard.
Yeah, but only P16, gets 29.1, found 8.3 seconds, but yeah, just like you said, just got to the deploy limit way too early, so that hampered his Sector 3 humongously. Who else have we got on times coming around? We've got, is that a Ruthless guy finally coming around? Yeah, Ruthless guy finally about to start a run. Hugo as well, coming around to the final corner, but he is invalid, and I imagine he's going to be straight back into the pits.
Yeah, Josh is the next one who's going to come up to the line. He's kept his lap valid, but he's another one who's used the whole hour. There's another one though, he'd used a whole load of his ERS up. So I think we're sort of struggling to balance the ERS usage across the course of the last year.
So it could potentially be a final double run. I mean, with the time that we've got on the clock, 3.5 minutes left, I imagine it's going to be a tour. We'll see, obviously looked like he did that in the first stint early on in the session to get 2 laps on the board back to back. So we're following around to see how much time Crusoe can find in this first run. I imagine he's going to be on around 9 kg of fuel though, so might be waiting more for the second lap, although the tyres will be a bit more dead on that run.
Dalton's about to come up to the line as well to see if Dalton actually improves in the current lap.
Yeah, we'll quickly flick back to Dalton just to see where they slot in. Across the line though, where does Dalton put it? Moves up a position up to P13 for Dalton. Go back to Crusoe and see what the improvement, or if any, coming through sector 1 is. Yeah, it's by 0.5 tenth, so more time on the board for the Ferrari man.
Worth saying right down the bottom of the order, Ruthless Guy is just coming up towards the end of sector 3, but he's invalidated now.
Oh no.
So, for his sake, he's behind him on that. He's a man who's in need of a lap now.
Bit painful though, isn't it? It just seems unnecessary to put yourself under threat, really, that you just don't need it. All you want to do is just stay clean for just 1 lap, just to get time on the board and guarantee yourself a position a bit higher than the literal back row of the grid. Here's Crusoe up 2 tenths on their lap, so Crusoe flying at the moment. Looks to potentially be on a 0.3. I mean, we'll see if he finds any more time through the final corner, but here comes the Ferrari man, looking to put even more daylight between him and the pack. Round the final corner he comes. To the line then, where can Crusoe find more time? To the line, puts it provisional pole by even more of a gap, up to a 0.320, so what a time from the Ferrari man.
It's worth saying as well, Crusoe's got red fuel, so that's Crusoe done. And I mean, it's a very impressive time. It's going to be kept on feet, but we won't be seeing another lap from Crusoe.
Lapping very early, yeah, you can respect it as Dalton's invalidated, so they'll go round and do another one.
The Ruthless Guy's still valid in sector 3 now, so at least looking like they get a time on the board and see where he's got in.
Currently watching Matej just come around the final corner to, and he's just driven off the track. Luckily he stayed valid. I don't know how they managed to do that, but he doesn't find any improvement. Goes half a tenth slower on their run and doesn't have enough fuel to go again, so that's Matej at 17th at best. The Ruthless Guy meanwhile puts it up into P10, so finds a valid time to finally put on the board, but when he puts a P10 currently on a 28.5, would you believe it yet again? How many drivers is that now? 6 drivers on a 0.5? Crazy, but got back to Jamaican Jan, who's next up to the line, currently sat P8. Took that final curb very heavy, but can he find any time? Does find 10 milliseconds, but not enough to improve his position, as Chesney's then is the next across the line there. Who else do we have? We've got B17. Matt puts it P6 with his time, so very good time from him. Both kicks on an out lap as well, so they're coming round to start their final one as Manchester retires on track, so we need to hope here that the cars behind. We'll go on board
to the line as well. I think he found improvement. It's enough to get into the top 3, but nowhere near original pole. Still a big gap from. Well, I mean at the moment it's just cruising out in front. So not Aiden, who's still in sector 1 on his lap, can try and close him on that one.
Dalton's invalidated again. Just made the line though, I think, to go again. So smart thinking to fuel up just in case there was any troubles on their previous laps, but yeah, ready to go again he is. Come around the corner now, we've got Theodore as well. The checker flag is waved though, so all these times will be final. Theodore puts it up into P13 at best for him then. Who have we got then? If we got, that's Matej done, yeah. Obviously couldn't get any improvement on his final lap, and that is going to be him done. Jono coming to the line though to see if he's got any more improvement. The delta at the top is showing 10th and a half. Where can Jono put it? Finds improvement, stays P5 though. Go on board with the McLarens now to see what the McLarens can do. Jamaican Jam is done as well on his run.
Aiden's at 3.5 tenths. That's at the sector 2 line, so
Chesney puts it all the way up to P6 on his run. That's something, I don't know if that's potentially my eyes, but there was a potential toe infringement going on from the McLarens. I mean, I'll have to go back and see where is Aiden though behind this.
Oh, just off of cruising.
Finds nearly 4/10. Does not put him on pole though. Just misses out. But did a 0.3 though. Impressive times.
Aaron is done. Oh, Slick's up to the line next then. And here we go, so only up to P6.
So Mercedes boys faltering yet again up against the Astons. I mean, Jono.
Oh, Jatin's right up there,
Jatin just in the chat said there was qualifying pace was dead. I mean, he saves it right until the death there to put it up to P3. I think that's going to be it done. Yeah, Aaron Panda in the pits as well with the invalidation. But there is your qualifying order then. Unfortunately, we've got a couple of reserves, maybe a bit towards the bottom there. But great fight for that pole position between Cruisen and Aiden, separated by not much at all, both on a 0.3. But it is Cruisen though that takes the pole position here for the first time in HOR here at Bahrain. Aiden driving alongside him there to start the race, landing at P2. Tucked up behind him, we've got Jatin P3, Finn P4, Hugo P5, Aaron Panda P6, Slick P7, Jono down in P8, not good for Aston, trying to fend off the Mercedes drivers, both who are ahead of him. Simon in P9, sorry, and then Chesney in P10. So slightly unexpected order to some degree. We've got a couple of people that you wouldn't necessarily expect to be in that mix.
Worth saying as well, Finn really seemed to catch the final curve. I don't know if not he caught way too much of it than you ideally want to take. And whether or not that, sorry, not Finn, Aiden even, and whether or not that's the difference between pole and...
Oh yeah, potentially. We'll have a quick flick through the order lower down. We've got there Matt P11, Palmer P12, and the other Ferrari, well, the other one is on pole. Jamaican Jam P13, K1 14th, and Ruthless Guy 15th with just that one lap, I think, in the end. Theodore 16th, Dalton 17th, Matt Edge 18th, and then Tish, I think we should call him Tish? Tash? Tish/Dosh? I don't know. Tash puts it at the back, unfortunately. So let's see if they can do anything into the race. Obviously, worth noting as well, mandatory 2-stop, so hopefully everyone does listen to that and actually does do a mandatory 2-stop. Obviously had several occasions in the past where that has not happened. But hopefully we get everyone doing that, and I mean we'll have to see if there's any interesting strategies off the launch in terms of tyre allocation, if people have gone for balance, softer or harder. So we'll see what tyres people are on very shortly to start the race.
And Boston asking if it's a wet race. I think he'd be relieved to know. Unsurprisingly, it isn't.
I see Theodore in the chat as well, saying that there must be a bit of competition in this league as well, because he's come in with 2 world championships elsewhere, and he's that's put him down in 16th or whatever he is. So struggling to adapt to the pace here in Tier 2. Bahrain is a very close track for racing though, so we'll see how things fare in the races. We do have the countdown here. 4 lights out, 5 lights are showing, and they're all out, and away we go here in Bahrain. We're quickly flicking the tyres so we can see that.
Aiden's gone down to him. So I wonder if he's going to get the launch off the line on Cruisen, who's only on the mediums. Side by side.
Oh, it's going to... oh, no, yeah, Cruisen's got massively wide, and Aiden is taking the lead here. Swoops down the inside, and he's pulled a massive gap. And the Cruisen and Jatin come together. Jatin slightly forced off there as he went to go round the outside, lost the position there then to Finn, who swooped up ahead of him. A bit further down, everything seems to be relatively clean, nothing, well, everyone pointing in the same direction apart from Chesney. I don't know what's happened to Chesney actually.
Oh, there's a collision between the Sauber and the Ruthless guys. Tosh, I think, has gone into the side of him.
Yeah, damage, someone's missing. Tosh, yeah, Tash just lost his end plate there, so I wonder if that's going to be the kick Sauber straight back into the pits. Got to move up ahead, bit of contact actually there between Jono and Jamaican Jam. Yeah, Jono's lost a bit of ground even on the soft tyres. Trying to burn a bit of ERS here to get past Jamaican Jam, but having to slot him behind and settle for his P11 on lap 1, so not the best of start for Jono here. Flicking up
through to about 9/10 gap for Aiden, but it's down to 6/10 now. He's obviously Cruisen just getting the slow. Getting down to 3.
trying to, yeah.
Yeah.
Place is just trying to run away.
Yeah, he's trying to break away, not dragging along.
I don't know if that was a bit of teamwork. It seemed like the Williams sought Brown there at front as Aiden crosses the line to start lap 2 as the race leader here. Although Crusen's sniffing around looking for a move there, doesn't make any impact just yet. We'll look for a move, just choosing to settle in behind for now.
Tash and Chesney were side by side going into turn 1, so they're not. Chesney can make the inside stick, catches the curve a bit, but Tashley on wide, and it's enough for him to keep the position. And
Tash already gets a 3-second on the start of lap 2. Incredibly painful start there for Tash with wing damage as well. And on the hards, only 2 drivers starting on the hards. That's Jatton towards the front, and then Tash at the back. Both in the kick Sauber, so I think that's a little team strategy on display there. Was Hugo and Aaron Panda getting very close for comfort there as well. I see a lot of people in the chat coming for Hugo as well, saying he's botling the championship. Currently in P5, so still got the race all to unfold in front of him, so we'll see how he fares as the race goes on. 27 laps to go, so anything can happen. Train's still connected all the way to the front though, so he's not in a bad position necessarily, just a bit further back on the actual road.
Oh, Matic is gone.
Just down the straight.
I wonder if not he's lost it at the left-hander there in traction.
Oh, it's a bit far down the straight.
He's took a lot of his wing off as well.
I think he's had a little collision with someone. I think they've potentially locked tyres down the main straight and he's been flicked into the wall. I mean, it wasn't even a yellow flag really, but I mean, briefly it was, but...
Oh, Cruz is going to take the lead as well out front. This is going to be easy with the ERS.
Flies past, yeah, and we will get ERS on so we can keep an eye on that. And Cruz is in a better position for ERS, so... I don't know if the soft gamble's completely played off at Aiden. He looked to run away early, and he did the job immediately off the line, but here we are on lap 3 and he's back behind the Ferrari man, so we'll have to see as Matic in the pits. 10-second penalty for speeding. And actually couldn't get the car slowed down with half his wing as well.
Well, when I was on board with him, he looked like he got it slowed. I wonder if he almost forgot to just put on the pit limiter.
Potentially. Looks like he may be seeing this race out. I mean, we'll hope that he does. Obviously anything can happen.
Aaron Panda's lost the DRS as well to Jatton, so that's a break really in the train.
Yeah.
From wow, I mean, he's just slightly inside it, but as a moment on the exit surface.
Yeah, there it goes. Ticks over there to 1.1.
It's a bit enjoying this match as well, to get it back, but it's just paid off for him.
I'm interested to see what happens with Jatton as well. Obviously, he's just on that cusp of DRS on the back of Finn, trying to burn his DRS to close that gap, and I think he will have it for the next lap. Yeah, it looks to be around 9th, so yeah, I think he's safe for this occasion, but only driver up here on the hards. That's one thing to bear in mind, is he's completely offset from the drivers around him.
In front of him as well. He's been caught right up high. He's drained all of that. He's right.
Oh, I thought about sends.
I think that was too obvious of a fake one, really. He was miles back.
Yeah.
But that said, he's got right in the backing on the exit, and this time he's going to drain. I think he will go for this time. Go, that's it again. He just needs almost a lap to recharge, really.
I think it's painful because he's obviously got the speed potential to get past Aiden, and his tyres are slightly starting to go off the boil, I think, up ahead. So I think Finn will realistically want to try and get past the Aston and clear it and not worry about...
Dawson, a roof of guard colliding, a roof of guard round.
Fully round, yeah, in the gravel as well.
Yeah, it looked like he tried to sort of send it up and over the curb, and the gap that looked like it was going to close, just goes into the side of Dawson.
Oh, just like on board, but that K1's flown off the track at turn 10 to lose the position to Chesney there, so I don't know what happened to K1 there, but down to P14 there for the Red Bull man. So we cut through the order C. Massive gap. It's a massive gap opening up between Aaron Panda and Jatton, just in a matter of a lap or two from where we last saw that gap. He's gone, yeah, Cruisen's pulled off. 1.4 seconds down the road.
I was going to say, he's pulled out a significant gap here as well, because you imagine Finn with the DRS he's going to get to 8. But for it to already then be almost 6-7 points up through, Cruisen's just really
Have a look at Jatton. I don't know if Jatton's going to go for a move. Jatton tries to get involved, tries to break late. Aiden's trying to stick it around the outside though. He's still there. Oh, may have picked up a track warning there. Oh, slow slippy on the traction though, and he's down to P4 and he's going to potentially lose touch with the front three here. This could be a good potential opportunity here for Aaron Panda just to close that gap up to the front four as well. But and we've already had one Aston Martin in. I wonder if that was more of an Aston Martin strategy that they both just as like on board with Aaron Panda, loses the back end through the S's, and then Hugo sniffs an opportunity, tries to go around the outside. Oh, I think he's gonna get it to stick. Yeah, good traction, ran a bit slippy, but inside though for turn 10. Down the inside, I think he's gonna make it stick.
He's gone to a bit of switch back and gone into the back of Aaron Panda and something spinning.
Slick, yeah, makes contact, flicks the Haas round. It's all kicking off back here though, as we've got Jamaican Jam diving up the inside of Simon to go up to P6, but Aaron Panda losing heaps of time all the way down to P10 from that. He was P4, P5 literally a half a lap ago, so painful for him, and I imagine that will go to the stewards room.
So Aiden's really struggling on the soft now because he's right on the verge of losing DRS to Jack. He's done the job this time.
I think he's going to come in. No, he's not. Yeah, Jono called it early. Jono was in off the softs and goes on to the hards. Lap 5 very early, but...
Well, I mean, look at that though, just purely from where he's fallen back, not so off of the slipstream or just his setup, he's going to lose DRS, yeah.
Heaps of time, yeah, I mean, things are very close behind though here. Jamaican Jam choosing to get a bit punchy here with Slick. As well, he's fallen off the back of his teammate, and Dalton and K1 all almost simultaneously.
Oh, K1's off. K1's in the gravel.
Yeah, how's he got?
I'm not too sure what's happened. Whether or not he picked up track limits as part of a collision.
It was him and Dalton. They both got a track limit at the same time, so I don't know if they have had it coming together and both kind of forced each other off the track. But K1 all the way down to 16 and on the soft, so
race and painfully as well. 6 seconds of penalties K1's up to. We have one come the end of that one.
And off the back now, 6 seconds off the back of Tash, so painful race for both Red Bulls drivers really. Obviously Matt Edge experienced some damage. Did he change his wing as well? I imagine he did. Yeah, Matt Edge did change his wing and picked up a 10-second penalty in the pit, so not a good day at the office for the Red Bull drivers. Look at that gap there that Caruso's got up front, 2.2 up the road. Showing very impressive pace here around Bahrain.
Well, for you, so Jack is obviously on hard, waiting, sort of biding his time. He's got a whole load of DRS.
Here comes Aiden though. Aiden is in the pits. Teammate came in 2 laps ago, and Aiden's finally in to discard these soft tyres. So we'll see where he slots into. I mean, he's going to drop all the way to the back. I imagine I'm interested to see this gap between him and his teammate. John coming down the back straight now. I imagine he's going to be ahead. I don't know. I think he might be ahead here of... Who's this? K1 coming into the pits, and he speeds into the pits. Oh, K1.
And he's retired. Painful work, David.
He's going from bad to worse. Yeah, there goes Aiden and slots in just ahead of a ruthless guy. 10th and a half up the road, 2nd and a half up the road. So not completely awful for him.
Yeah, he's found a decent gap here.
Yeah, I guess we'll just have to wait for more drivers to come in off those mediums and see what it looks like in the bigger picture. I think still very close. I mean, the DRS train, Theodore is up to 10th now, but he's 3.5 off the back of Palmer, who himself is on the cusp of losing the DRS to Aaron Panda, who's just trying to make up for lost ground after getting tagged round by Slick.
Justin again is closing right in on Finn, but he didn't choose to drain last lap, whether or not he will this lap.
I'm interested to see how early these medium runs come in. And yeah, Cruzen's in, just as I say that. Cruzen pulling the trigger there, and he chooses to come in, and cars behind him choose to stay out. Does anyone follow Cruzen in? No one. Through it goes, yeah. So no, it's going to be quite close. They don't really want to be fighting. Very close. Jackson does take the lead though, and has DRS out of turn 3 there. But I mean, it seems a bit unnecessary to be firing that hard, potentially with Cruzen himself going for an undercut. So I mean, a probably hasn't played that well in terms of the bigger picture of the race. Still with another stop to go after that one though for Cruisen, so plenty of the race still to go and a lot can to happen though. So don't write one of these lads off. Where is Aiden in relation to that then? Aiden's, I mean, he's nearly 4 seconds off the back of Cruisen after all that. So Aiden's strategy of starting on the softs has not seemed to work. I mean, Cruisen, look, at the current stage of the race, I know it's only lap 8, but Cruisen looks to be in a very commanding position over this race. Still obviously there were 21 laps to go, so...
He's found himself a lovely gap as well, just to hit his tyres up into. I think the one potentially to fight would be Jackson. He looked to drop Finn and not do too much back with Finn. Of course, Jackson can go for a bit longer from the end of the race, have a different strategy to play out in that one.
It might be a similar situation to Aiden in Silverstone, where it's a bit hard to predict where they're actually going to be. It looks like, you know, going longer will leave them a bit adrift, but I guess that's only one stint and across a whole race. It's painful because it was actually having a really good race. I think Simon was sat in about P6, P7, so to hit a 10-second penalty, I mean, it's just going to plummet them down the order, unfortunately. But yeah, obviously got a couple of people coming into the pits now, so we'll watch them on exit to see where they slot in. Aiden, here he is down the main straight. What's the battle going to look like? Hugo's coming out of the pits now. He's going to be ahead of. He's going to be ahead of Aiden, actually, isn't he? All of them are ahead of Aiden. Simon's had a little switchback. Oh, this is Jono, actually, not Aiden. Aiden's already up the road, so this has massively benefited Jono, actually. He's going to be right in the scrap. He was down in P10 or around that position at the time of his pit stop. So his tyres are 4 laps older, but I mean, I don't know if you'd want to go for the track position here. Jono has chosen to do that, and he's looking quite good at this stage to be back towards that scrap, although he is adrift of Jamaican Jam currently as well though, so
I think we might see Finn in this lap as well, because he's lost DRS to Jackson, and I have a feeling he was just going to sort of stay out with the
yeah, I think with all the other medium runners coming in, I think now you've got to call it quits. I think, yeah, cut your losses. Yeah, in he comes then, so we'll see where Finn slots in. SK1, yeah, unfortunately. So painful day for Red Bull.
Look into the pits as well.
I think everyone going long here. I mean, only one lap, but I mean, we're seeing we've got that massive train of cars now coming down that back straight. Cruisen crosses the line, so he's going to gain that position at least. Here is Aiden coming down. Jatin's actually lagged out as well. So I'll quickly try and get Jatin back in, because that's big for the championship, but just for the race itself here.
I was going to say, he was still holding, and I think when he disconnected, it looks like it's about 18 seconds or so back. Look at the pit loss, I don't know what it is exactly, but roughly what's looking about 20 or so seconds?
Yeah, right, sorry, 21.
He was holding up decent pace until that. I just hope this isn't the thing, you know, if he was on to win it, this isn't the thing that cost him.
I think that's Dark in the chat saying Jatin for the win, and then immediately going over there for mine. Jatin, I have sent you an invite again, so hopefully you can get back in. Hopefully your AI doesn't choose to burn all your battery or pit you, so hopefully you can hop back in. But that's the gap though.
On the hards, it should hopefully keep him going.
Ah, here he comes, yeah. But look, he's just lost so much time there, it's incredibly painful. Gap though between Cruisen and Aiden, it's at 4.6 seconds though, so I think Aiden, I don't know, I think the strategy deployed by Aston Martin it's worked in one side of the garage and not the other. It's worked in the side of the garage you'd hope it did in a way for Johnny in terms of gaining a bit of position and moving up the order, but I mean it's really, but if anything it's backfired for Aiden, because it's really left him adrift at the front. I think he's clear at the moment of Finn, although Finn is on the different compound of tyres, but I mean I'm just interested to see how this plays out. Big gaps opening up just through the pit stops itself. It's the front three, it's just kind of cleared off really. Finn, I think he was a bit shocked at the qualifying pace. that was on display, but he's holding his own, currently sat in a comfortable P3 provisionally anyway. Obviously we've got Aaron Panda and Jatin yet to pit. Aaron Panda's gone massively long on these medium compounds as well. 10 laps put on these tyres, I mean, it's very impressive.
I was also just thinking as well about what you're on about with Aiden. I suppose for him though, you're not going to mind too much just not playing off because he makes his game right. It's just
yeah, but do you want? Yeah, just whether you want to win.
Just to what a week ago.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we shut up for that. See what happens, but I just think, yeah, I think it's going to be good for the championship when you look at where Hugo is, but I don't know. I think personally he'll be annoyed that he hasn't put himself in a position to be in the fight for the win. I mean, he's still obviously second, so who knows what could happen, but
Justin's in from the lead as well.
Finally after 12 laps.
Panda's in behind him. Took the mediums, yeah, same distance like Justin took his half.
Fair play. My one concern at this stage though is Aaron Panda going for one stop. Hopefully he pulls it in. Otherwise it's going to be a bit painful if I have to tell him that you've been disqualified, pal.
Yeah, I would assume he knows.
Yeah, after racing last week and doing the 2-stop, you'd imagine we'd be aware there. But there goes Hugo then, just behind Jatin as Jatin comes out the pits in P4. Jatin 5 seconds off the back of Finn, so I mean we see he's got a lot of work to do after that disconnect.
I wonder if he didn't disconnect.
Jono's in the wall. Jono and Slick have come together there. I was just flicking through the cars, and yes, Jono was in the wall, so I don't know what's happened there between whether he's been squeezed off by Slick there up at turn 4. I don't know if he's got damage. I'm waiting for it to flick through. He did hit the wall. He is. Jono's missing his end plate. Wow. Oh, and he spun as well.
Oh, if not, that's just the tyres being completely dead on him when he tried to get going again.
Wow. Race winner last week. Now down to P15. I mean, I imagine that'll go to the stewards room potentially from what I mean. It was a collision, so we'll have to see what happened there exactly, but I mean, it's potentially swung back in the direction though of Mercedes and both cars in the points, but Aiden has got a big haul of points coming his own way individually though, so I think the Motor Boys do need to get a bit of a wiggle on and try and push up the order. But Slick's collision there not going to exactly help him. It's now 2.5 off the back of Simon.
I mean, obviously it's ideal swing in their favour with Jono being down the 15th, but if Slick weighs that course right, it's close enough to drop him at the
Yeah. They almost cancel each other out because
Jono's almost lost out the final corner again, so he's straight into the pits at the end of this lap. Well, it's not a set of cars to go to it, even not, it's a very early stop.
If he has got hards, it's potential, it's workable. Obviously he's going to have to get the damage of doing a wing repair. I'm actually just going to do it.
Yeah, it's a wing repair that's to mediums, which is painful.
16 laps on medium. I mean, it's not completely impossible, I don't think, but it's realistically, it's game over.
Yeah, I mean, certainly by the end, they'll be completely dead on him.
Just like I say, that Finn is right on the back of Aiden here, though. So Finn showing very impressive pace in race trim to try and compete with Aiden. Crusoe, though, in his own league here in Bahrain, 7 seconds up the road, so really putting the hammer down and flying away. We'll see how that looks as we go into the second pit stop window in the next 10 laps or so. But is Finn going to get a move here? I mean, he's close enough to pull out and get Aiden here. Looks like it's going to be easy.
As well, yeah.
Aiden flicking to none as well, just not to waste any battery, get the move done, and so he can do a quick recharge job and fly on. So we'll see if Finn's got any more pace compared to Crusoe here. Obviously Finn is on younger tyres but on a harder compound, but that may work in his favour at this stage of the race.
There's contact further down between Aaron Panda and Chesney. Not cause a spin, but it looked like Aaron Panda was trying to switch 2 laps with an optimistic move into turn 1. Whether he's going to go into it from right-handed now.
Oh, John picks up a 3 second as well. In his own race towards the back.
Yeah. at this point when he's towards the back, you just want to just pump in the lap and just break it through
Oh, a bit of a moment up ahead from Matt, who's having a decent race running in the points as well, but Chesney's all over the back of him. Whether he looks for a send and thinks better of it for now, whether he's going to be right on the back of him as they come out of turn 10 and go down this mid-lap straight. Matt goes to the inside to defend. Chesney goes for the inside there, he goes bold for the overtake. Oh, and they lock wheels. I mean, look at how much time that's lost them as Aaron Panda looks for a opportunistic move around the outside. Can he make it stick? A bit of contact potentially between the pair and then gets it stuck. 2 overtakes for the price of 1 there for the Haas driver as he swoops around the outside. Beautiful move there for the new full-time driver.
It's a great move, but the problem is he's now going to be the one that's going to lose DRS as a result, so whether or not both are just going to fly straight back through by close enough.
Yeah, he's tried to quick DRS burn. Look at him flown past.
Yeah, he's a pair of them down the straight.
Aaron's trying to stick around the outside, he's just going to be squeezed out of room there, but it's whether Aaron's going to be able to get the DRS out of the corner to then get back past the Williams driver. It goes to the outside, it's going to be level as they come up to the braking zone. Looks to the outside again. Oh, Matt's caught a bit of curb there, but I think Aaron gets the move done again, so beautiful move around the outside, choosing to be a bit of a master of that particular overtake here in Bahrain today. But gets the move done. I mean, the race has just become significantly difficult for Aaron after that collision with Slick. It's just completely thrown his trajectory off yet again. Obviously had a difficult time in Mexico following his disconnect. But then
he's had a huge moment as well to let Matt straight through, I think. Yeah. They're going to be side by side, it's not quite fully let him down. Oh yeah, okay. I mean, it might work in his favour just purely to get the DRS down the back, down the pit straight, but not ideal. I mean, again, he's just getting stuck in this battle where, like you say, imagine where he's further up and more focused, that's Johnny going to go.
He's fully gone. I mean, we'll go back and see. As Aaron Panda gets a 3-second on the outside of the final corner where he's just looking for a bit of a grip on terms of where you can throw the car in, as Aiden is into the pits though for his second pit stop, so keep an eye on that to see where Aiden slots into. That is, his pit stop's done. He's going to be behind this bit of commotion on track here though, so not particularly good currently. I mean, he needs to hope that the cars ahead kind of get out of his way relatively quickly. He's got a bit of a cushion there, so he doesn't have to worry immediately to that, although he's got Dalton just under a second up the road from him as well. I think
he's going to hit Dalton in ideal place in terms of just having the car different. We'll see if he gets a bit of DRS. We get that move easily done, but the problem is when you hit the DRS train in front, it's not what you want to get involved with.
Yeah. Looking at how close Aiden is, I think he's going to have Dalton in this lap, and then it's, I think John is going to call it quits. I mean, yeah, that's one Aston Martin down then, championship leaders.
Gets through Dalton easily then. I mean, it didn't make sense for Dalton to go battling this.
Yeah, obviously Dalton running his own race. 8 level tyres though, so no real need to... He goes flying off the track actually.
Yeah, he's really come to a stop as well to get going again.
I don't know if his wheels disconnect or something, because his AR looks to be in control here, so... And he's lagged out.
Yeah.
Oh no, I mean we're trying to get him back in, but disaster potential on the cards here for Aston Martin.
Yeah, I'm not exactly too sure what happened then, because obviously it's dragging a mile off the track.
Yeah, it looked like he locked up and then went wide, but then I don't know, it looked like he then paused it. I don't really know what's happened. We're trying to get him back in.
Being a few tenths clear Dalton to now almost 5.5 seconds behind.
Yeah, I mean, it's massively impacted this race, so even if he does get back in, he's going to be... I mean, Finn is completely guaranteed to have cleared him. Yeah, Kinsella saying a wheel disconnection, potentially, but it seemed like he lagged out though. The fact that he's then left the session, I don't know if that's... I don't know. I mean, we'll wait and see if he does reappear. He hasn't said anything in the chat currently, so So just keep an eye on that. But I mean, it's looking that Jatin could have a podium appear in his hands after all this. 4 seconds running off the back of Finn, but it's looking very, very nice for him. We're on board with Finn as he looks to be coming into the pits as well. Yeah, done 9 laps on these mediums, that's enough for him. Then he comes, takes it very steady coming into the pits. Obviously no real need to push the boundaries when he's got such a comfortable gap as well as one of the cars trying to chase him down being effectively thrown out of the competition. So
worth saying as well, this from Aiden, it's now about 22 seconds back from Hugo.
Wow, okay.
So you're talking when Hugo pits, I mean, assuming he gets back in, we're going to have the title rivals probably right next to each other on track.
A couple of people speeding in today. I think that's the third one we've had, so showing it's difficult to get this car slowed down here in Bahrain on these worn tyres. I've had a couple of interesting scraps there across the race day, which is always nice to see Bahrain providing good racing as always. Now where is this scrap going to reappear? I think Williams are going to come out very close here on track. Side by side, as a matter of fact, as Matt tries to use his old tyres, and they've locked tyres, they've gone off track. Theodore gets a 3-second warning there. As the Williams come together, just completely unnecessary. As Matt then dives really down inside. Oh, and he spun his teammate.
It's one of these, it didn't really make sense in terms of you want the one that's being Matt, who's already warmed up his tyres.
Yeah.
After that. Move,
oh, Chesney comes cleans out bad and just barges him out of the way. So I imagine that's going to that might be going to this. I mean, this whole lap could have gone to the Street Super from the Williams and Chesney getting involved there as well. I think he was potentially caught out. Paul in the chat saying this will not happen to the Tier 1 Williams. Yeah, maybe because you're a terrorist pal who started at the back and Grimmer could be towards the front. But I mean, that's really come up for us there, losing 2 positions there. As Simon Slick is scrapping through turn 1. I think Slick's made
Cruison's right behind us as well.
Bit of time loss potentially on the cards, yeah. Massively actually, because he's not going to get through here. So this whole of sector 2, I mean, I think Slick might be doing a little bit of. Is Slick playing the teammate card here to try and get his teammate somewhat back in the equation towards the front? I mean, it's going to be massive.
I think there's no point in holding that Cruison. Yeah, I was going to say it's going to be a long day if he's trying to get his teammate back.
I mean, yeah, because Hugo is miles off the back. But I mean, we'll see what the picture looks like. Cruison's not losing crazy amounts of time there. Wasn't necessarily getting hold up to a massive degree as they came through turn 10 there.
I think he knows he's got time to get these moves done and he doesn't need to rush it. The last thing he needs is to go stupidly, get himself up with 5-10 second penalty and this move like that. He knows as long as he gets them done relatively quickly.
Yeah. Oh, miles off the track. Tash and miles off. Oh, and they've just driven to the wall there, so I don't know what's happened there. Hopefully they don't cause anything stupid.
Keep an eye on that.
Yeah, 10 seconds for going off the track there as Matic comes out of the pits. Tash just wait soon. But very close here between so Cruison's cleared then, he's cleared at least one of these cars, got in between Simon and Slick, trying to eye up Slick, but yet again I don't think he's going to be close enough to get past. I think he's not going to be close enough to get past Slick on this occasion, so having to ease off. And I mean, how much time is he losing here? It's just painful when you look at the gap that Aiden's lost, really, isn't it? Aiden's obviously driving around still as AI as far as I'm aware, and he's a good 17-18 seconds off the lead road, probably a bit more than that actually. So it just shows the impact, wasn't it? Yeah, I have heard nothing as well from him.
Again, so I assume he's not trying to get back in it right, or unable to.
Which is incredible. I mean, it's big for the championship because I know Hugo's yet to pit, but currently sat P3. Chimp in the chat saying about Theodore's defending. I will defend him to some degree and say I think the whole contact between the pair of them, Tasha's coming to the pits to retire, but I will see. I think the contact between the pair of them at turn 3 was on both of their fault. I wouldn't necessarily that was on Theodore. And then it was Matt's fault at the next corner though. So I feel like they're both as bad as each other. So I wouldn't necessarily go throwing too much blame on one particular driver.
Yeah, turn 4 definitely Matt died on my part. I think to begin with, it's one of those. I suppose it's from when you have a reserve.
Just wants the racing. Yeah.
Yeah. Typically in that position, you would want Matt, who's really wonderful car, just to go.
Exactly. Yeah. Cruising.
I mean, there's nothing in the rules that stop you from doing that.
Bit of scrapping. Yeah, see, Cruison's just got past him. Slick trying to see if he can fight back, though. Cruison.
Got nothing to burn, though,
yeah, he's going to try something. Try a little switchback. Slick special. No, nothing. I imagine Cruison's now just going to run away with it. Obviously, Matt yet to serve his second mandatory pit stop with 9 laps to go. Look on board, I'll actually never see who's done their 2 stops. So, still a fair few. Yeah, Jatton, interestingly, still yet to come out. I mean, I say that he's gone flying off the track. I keep doing that, cursing people. I see.
Oh no, it's Lance.
Oh god. I thought I'd cursed him.
I'm going on the way to another
yeah, I'm moving away. I'm not looking at him. But yeah,
I mean, trying to hold on to stops right towards the end. I
potentially.
One of a race car stops are here. But
I can't imagine that. I mean, we saw how quickly they died off in the first stint. I know that was on high fuel, but they weren't really good anything past 5 laps, realistically.
He's into the pits this lap.
So that'd be medium shift, I imagine, to end things here. But Jatton, I'm interested to see where he comes out. Cruising 13 seconds behind, just coming around the final corner now. Whereas, I mean, I think he's going to slot into 6th probably in that window, but it's just how much time he can then gain on Finn. If there's any challenge that he can mount for a P2. I think he's going to be about 7-8 seconds behind.
I have a horrible feeling the disconnect might have lost him a chance to see if he could chase down Cruison. That's where Cruison always looks and he can handle his position.
The gap's not as bad as I thought it was going to be actually. Currently set at 4.5, so not completely impossible, but I think it's very likely that this top 3 will end like this. Quickly have a look at position gains, etc., as well as Aaron Panda comes in. Yes, Jatton. I mean, Aston Martins are the real big losers today, aren't they? I mean, took the lead of the standings, and then they've got both cars going to have no points, unfortunately. Oh, Tash in the chat saying that their wheel was fully off the stand, so I think that's why he was struggling to even keep the car running to any degree.
Yeah, it makes sense. I think the moment you see they got back in the stand, they did go back to just driving normally.
But yeah, through the order, I mean, Simon, Kabbalah, painful race obviously after getting a 10-second during one of the early pit stops, so that's compromised this whole race really. Palmer down 1, Aretha's got up 3, Theodore's got penalties next to us. I think he's got a 10-second as well though, so currently sat in P10, but I don't think that'll necessarily stay. Aaron Panda down 3. Chesney's had a good race, up 3 positions as well. Looks to be scoring some of the first points in the season for him as well, though. So the one thing I will say that I've just clocked over the past lap or so, I don't think there's a chance potentially that Finn could have Cruison. That gap.
Yeah, I was looking at that. The gap stayed the same though across that, like, if not gone up by about a tenth or so.
I thought it came down by around a second over the last 2 laps. It was at 4.5 as well, because that was the gap when Jatton came out of the pits.
I was going to say, when I kept an eye on it, it had started at 3.4, which I think was about last lap. So
potentially then it has been a moment then from Cruison to potentially bring the gap down. I mean, we'll keep an eye on it to see as more action towards the back here with the 2 Williams boys scrapping with the Ruthless guy. We'll see if Matt has anything to fight back against the Ruthless guy. I don't think he will as he's gallops away from him. Williams having an interesting day, the officers over these, I think, but Aaron Pan's on fresh tyres as well, looking to... Oh, Aiden is that his ghost car? He's back in, I think.
Yeah, it's showing he's back. So.
Yeah, I didn't even realise Aiden back in the session, but good to see Aiden at least back in and will be scoring some points today. It's just whether he can...
that, but I think he's still not done a second. I don't know, he has 2 stops. So.
Yeah, so luckily I think Aiden will get points, as whether he has the bit of pace still left in the tank to chase after Chesney. Aaron Panda obviously got a 3-second as well though, so P8 looking good for Aiden currently as well though, so...
One thing is though, Aaron Panda's on much fresher tyres than on the medium compound as well, so he'd likely get through Aiden, it's just whether or not he can make the gap through someone.
Yeah, well, we've got a yellow flag.
That's
We've got a car off.
Theodore's just rejoined the track and got going now.
I thought he was clear of the cars around now. I mean, I'd be very interested to see what's happened there, but I think he was clear of a Ruthless guy and his teammate as Aaron Panda then does exactly what you said, breeze past his teammate. Theodore's coming into the pits as well. We'll see if anything ends up in the Stewart's room there between the Williams lads, because I imagine there'd probably be something end up with the Stewarts.
Whether or not these even hold out that while. What you said, they seem to die very early on for those who tried it off the start.
Slick and Dalton getting 3 seconds at the exact same point, really. Yeah, so he's into the points. I think, yeah, it's just, I think he might, Simon, I think, will gap him. It's just whether he can then hold on in the last 2 laps or so, whether he gets reeled back in. It's all just whether Ruthless guy can keep tabs with him, really, as he pulls away. I think Aaron Panda will look for a move here as well. They're clear of Aiden.
But again, that's just an important timing for his and just get the move done nice and easily. Because you've already pulled a couple of second gaps down to Aiden.
Yeah, looking good.
And I mean, now he's just got to track in front of them to make the gap for penalties. Is the Ruthless guy going to try and come back at Simon? Yeah, he's got the inside line here. And he's going to get the overtake back done on the outside stage. That's what the straight line is.
Oh, yeah, it just holds off so.
Sits around the outside there between the two.
I imagine Simon's going to pull off a big chunk in terms of Delta through. Yeah, Ruthless guy struggling to stick with him and keep it on track.
Yeah, look at that. It's almost a second needed for the DRS by the time they got halfway through. Yeah, he's got it for this point, but whether or not he'll be enough. So I think the one thing you get here is you get the extra at the corner again. It's like another couple of seconds to that gap. Keep down enough right on the straight.
Chesney's 1.3 behind. Aaron Panda potentially here might have a P7 on the cards.
Well, now he's in clean up. Even if he has enough close to catch up with Slick, how many points is Slick on?
Slick's on a few, isn't he? I think he's stacked around 9.
Slick's on 3.
Oh, okay.
No,
seems like he's
they're both on 3 seconds, so that one would have to be done on track. Might be too much to ask for, yeah. 2 laps left.
Gap's somewhat stalled out front as well. I think Finn is slowly chomping away at Crucian. Same with Jatin behind. I think those gaps seem to be closing down simultaneously. But I think it's not going to be enough time, just 3 laps left. So just over 5 seconds covering the pair, but I think this will be our front 3 then. I think coming across the line, unless anything dramatic happens, it should be Crucian, followed by Finn, followed by Jatin. Hugo, though, I think in the grand scheme of things, I think he'll be more than happy with today. Championship rivals, both. I mean, Aiden's going to get some points, but I mean he's extended. I think in a race that looked to be heavily against him. So people said Hugo washed. I mean he's going to extend this championship today after all this. So solid day for him, and I think this potentially is then swinging it back towards Mercedes as well. I mean we'll have a see potentially what the deal is with a report from Slick.
Even though with that report, I was going to say, even if that goes in, you'd imagine it's still swinging back. Yeah, it's only 3 points, so there's so much significant changes, even in the report. That'd be enough to see not leave it with the Constructors.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to go all the way to the wire, I imagine, anyway.
Yeah.
Gap's still opening up across the field, though. I think the only real challenge we have on our cards, potentially in the last 2 laps, is, well, for points anyway, is what happens around this 8 to 11 position. Whether a Ruthless guy, I mean, he's got a penalty anyway, so it's unlikely that he can fight his way back past Simon if the softs die out. Oh, Zayden's all over the place. So he tries to hunt down Chesney for that for just more points on the cards just to help ahead of him. Was within DRS, but I think he's just lost out. Whether he can get enough traction on the exit here to get mid-lap DRS. No, it's not going to be enough. Oh, it might be actually. Yeah, he just snagged it actually. Doesn't look likely, but a little ERS burn was enough just to keep him in touch there. So we'll see if he can get a move down. Still 2 laps to go though, so we'll see if Aiden can get a move done as the leaders cross the line here to start the penultimate lap of the race. Cruising 2.8 up the road on 10 lap hold, hard tyres. Finn still trying to see if there's any potential chance they can nick it going into the last lap, but I think it's realistically done and dusted. As
Cruising didn't have any warnings either, so.
Oh yeah, that's something I didn't even consider. Obviously, yeah, if he did get a penalty every 3 seconds, Finn is close enough there. He's right on that cusp really that he would be able to snatch it away. Would be an incredibly painful way to lose it. Aiden's lagged out or gone again. So I mean, that could be points done for him there. I mean, I'll try and get him back in to finish off the race, but that strikes me as he's maybe had enough and just left. But that's
I imagine that probably is him lagging out, but by the time you get back in, I imagine it'd be too late. Obviously, you have to go.
Just whether he wanted to try and hang on, because in a lap, does he lose enough time that a ruthless guy can hold on and get a point out of nowhere?
Well, a ruthless guy's got a penalty next to his name, which is 3 seconds. So.
That's what I mean. It's whether in one lap you can close in by that much. I mean, they're right on the back of it, and they will both get him, I imagine, this lap. Here we come, Sir Cruisen starts the final lap here. Jatton very close to the back of Finn this lap as well. Trying a late surge, but it's not. I don't think it's going to be enough. I think realistically he needed to be in DRS for the start of this lap. It's just not materialised that way. Hugo looks safe for P4. I think all eyes is going to be on this fight for the back end of the points. And Ruthless Guy kind of wants to stay behind Aiden to get DRS here. Oh, that goes into his ghost car. I think he's just had DRS. And it's whether now Ruthless Guy can move 3 seconds up the road to completely clear Aiden here as well. He did get DRS.
Oh, it's Aiden.
Oh, no.
That's painful to see for him, so that means this point's completely gone for him.
Oh, yeah, Matt moves up to P11 and it's going to be Aiden right towards the back, and then you can have Matos behind him who's currently lapped as well, though, so... We turn our attention back to the front. Jatton 1.1 behind. It could have been the story of one more lap. That typical, oh, I've only had one more lap. He might have been able to have Finn. Might even end in the DRS of him. So good effort from Jatton. After lagging out again, it's one of these what could have been potentially. Only 3-4 seconds off the lead itself. So disconnect potentially. I mean, I think Jatton could have been in the fight for the win here, which is incredibly painful to see. But here to the line though, well deserved though for the Ferrari man. First win in HOU as Cruisen crosses the line to win the Bahrain Grand Prix. Finn finally back with a good result, it seems like. Getting a P2 here in Bahrain. Jatton takes home that 3rd spot on the podium. And it's a little bit of a wait then until we get Hugo coming up. He will be P4 on the roads. He crosses the line then to take that 4th place spot. Jamaican Jam bounces back after a difficult week, moves up into P5 here. Slick takes P6. Aaron Panda P7, who did enough in the end actually to fully get the cars behind him despite his penalty though, so holds that P7 despite his 30 seconds. Chesney does get points here and finishes P8. Simon Kubala gets points yet again despite the soft end to the race, so it did work out to some degree. Finishes P9. Ruthless Guy with that Aiden disconnect does get that last point position as well. We're in Bahrain. No safety car again, so I don't know if that's something that's been discussed in terms of settings, whether we need to up our safety car frequency to try and mix things up a little bit, but sometimes it's nice not to have a safety car.
It's one of those again though, we just see minor sort of damage quite far off the racing track.
Yeah. I mean, the one thing I potentially would have seen Matic getting bring a safety car out when he fully went into the wall and ripped both of his end plates out. I don't know how he exactly done that down the back straight in sector 2, but not enough in the end, obviously, to do anything dramatic. But yeah, we'll go on to next week, as we've got a trip to Abu Dhabi next week, I believe. I'll just double check that, but I'm pretty sure it is Abu Dhabi. Yeah, Abu Dhabi next week. Penultimate round of the season, just 2 to go then, as Hugo has been able to extend his championship lead. So we'll release everything as usual tomorrow, so we can get a full picture of the gap coming into the final 2 races. But a couple of good races through the field. I mean, Cruisen, standout drive, even though he was on pole. Comfortable race, and an impervious drive, really, to get their first race win here in HOR. Jamaican Jam starting down in 13th as well. Another one of these drives where he just flies through the order, though. So someone potentially as well going on the vote for driver of the day. But that's been that here in tier 2. We move on to tier 1, where we've got a sprint race, second and final sprint race for tier 1 of season 10. So if you're interested in watching that, that's around Bahrain as well, and that'll be with you in just under an hour, though. So yeah, if you're interested in watching that, stick around. But if you're just here for tier 2, we'll see you next week for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Thank you and goodbye.